Hello again. So it's been quite a while since I've posted a video. In part that's because life has gone quite busy, not in small part to the fact that me and my family have recently moved. Our life is just an abundance of boxes at the moment, which is quite frustrating. But also because in my free time I've been working on a project, working on something which I've been enjoying, and I would like to show off to you guys. But in order to show it off, I need the appropriate battle board to show off this game I'm coming up with. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to put the time lapse on. I'm just going to try and create a piece of terrain. Now so far I've only made one piece of terrain in my entire life. If you've seen one of my Black Seas battle reports, you've seen that piece of terrain, which is a glorified piece of packaging with some herbs sprinkled on top. It does the job. So yeah, I'm going to try and make this piece of terrain just a bit more ambitious and probably beyond my skill level, using material that's cheap, free, and probably not entirely appropriate for what I wanted to use. I know. But anyway, it's a bit of fun, and hopefully if my plans go right, it should, do the job. And that's the whole point of this, bit of relaxed time, and hopefully something which I think looks all right. So anyway, I'm going to put on a podcast and I'm going to get to work. So let's see how long it takes to do this one. final project, at least as far as I'm willing to take it. And while it's far from perfect, I'm quite happy with it. So it's an arena, a big gladiatorial arena. As far as making it goes, obviously made out of cardboard. Not the most amazing material in the world. Like, you can't really do fine detail awfully well, but it did the job. I went on YouTube and found how to make a cardboard coliseum. Lots of little web pages, websites showing mainly school kids how to make these things. So I just scaled it up to my purpose. I skipped over the painting, showing you guys the painting, in part because, well, it's not exactly a massive skill of mine, but also the Olympics were on, so I was watching the Olympics while I was painting it up. Went for the red and white. In my head, it's like a render, and I put some nice little flags made out of tissue paper and PVA glue. Again, looking at model sites like what's it called, the Train Tutor and stuff like that. Really good websites to show how to make terrain properly, and certainly someone a lot more skilled than I am. The feature, which I didn't know if it would work very well, and it's certainly not very flush, I'll admit that, but I do kind of like the fact that I'm able to take off the side. I thought that it would be a lot tighter than it was. I thought it would be a lot more difficult to get in and see everything if you got the game going. But no, it turns out it was all right in the end. Camera's not quite focusing. Sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, what we got... Sorry, I'm just trying to make it sort of sit still. What we got here is obviously an arena for gladiatorial combat. It's for a project that I'm putting together. Quite a comprehensive project. As you can see, I put some rugs over here. They're not particularly accurate to the time, but there's some artwork from like the Romance era. They like to have rugs there, and it was kind of significant for an idea I had regarding this Colosseum and the games that we'd be playing with it. Sand, actual sand. I did in the end have to paint over it to make it look right, because there's a lot of white coming through the sand. But nonetheless, it is real sand. It's actually sand from a beach. I know that they didn't really advise that. Like I said, the Train Tutor had some good advice on how to do sand stuff. They always advise getting the craft sand, but I'm blessed to live on the east coast of Australia with some of the best sands in the world. So just some average sand, which seemed to have done the job. And yeah, little bits of string along the tops of the cardboard to hide that sort of corrugated look, which seemed to have worked pretty well, especially when painted over. And it's deliberately meant to be like rope, like the rope's on the top sort of thing. Thinking about possibly putting a little bit of like some of the tissue paper around behind the arches, because you can see the cardboard when you come up a little bit closer, which is not the best. But as my little daughter pointed out, she thought it was really cool, the ability to sort of look through those windows and see the light shining through. So maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is. It will be good enough for its purpose. As I said, the purpose is kind of a bigger project to do with games. So obviously the next step in that process is to get some little figurines painted up, which is next. Again, I'm pretty happy with this, considering it is my first bit of terrain that I've ever made. And these figures that I'm about to paint are the first little human figures. I've done some boats before, but never people, so we'll see how that goes. And hopefully, eventually, stay tuned, and the full scope of what I'm hoping and what I'm planning will be shown at some point. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching the time lapses. I hope you, I don't know, got some ideas maybe for how you could do something similar if you wanted a little arena. It wasn't too difficult. It did take some time. The cardboard was free. Some extra paints were bought and stuff like that, but really overall, I mean, all this wasn't really all that expensive, you know, I don't know, 30 Australian dollars, you know, so not too bad for a pretty big bit of kit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Maybe you'll see me later.